Welcome back. Now, the South African Savings Institute is calling on the youth to find ways to save. However, recent research shows the average salary of those lucky enough to have a job isn't enough to get by. So how can young people navigate the saving conundrum? Joining me to answer that very difficult question is the acting CEO of the South African Savings Institute, Mr. Gerald Mwandiambira. Thank you for your time.
Always a pleasure.
I'm one of those youth that's ducking and diving because saving is not my middle name.
Well, look, saving is a habit. It's something which you start young, and hopefully if you do start young, it stays with you through your life. So because we're not getting taught how to save in school, and most parents make that mistake of thinking the school should do it, it's actually the biggest source of the problem. Parents should be doing and showing children how to save, because you are just a reflection of the household you came out from. So from youth perspective, we really want parents to realize that they must do as they say, not just say for their children to do.
But is it really realistic in this economic slump we're in, Gerald, to even save? I mean, young people probably hit the worst. Half of young people in the country are unemployed. We're seeing, almost approximately 27% of an, unemployment rate. Big corporates are retrenching right now. So almost every household is trying to survive. Is it realistic to expect South Africans to save right now?
I think it can be done. At the Savings Institute this month, our theme is #CrazyWaysToSave. And in that, we're trying to get South Africans to start showing that they can save. So those who are saving can post videos on #CrazyWaysToSave. From tomorrow, every day, we'll be selecting a winner for R1,000 of the best video on a crazy way to save. It is possible. Yep. We've also got some of the finest voices in terms of consumer and financial education working with South African Savings Institute. And for example, one of our experts, Nicolette Mashile, spoke to her domestic worker, and she had a video on her timeline about her domestic talking about how she saves. She earns R4,000 and she can save and send children to school and live a life. So it's not about how much, it's about the willpower. Are you willing to sacrifice, commit, and have that discipline to save? Because the only person who really can say they can't save is someone without an income. Otherwise, it becomes about commitment and discipline. 10 Rand, 1 Rand, it's a saving. It all adds up over time.
I think there's also this stigma or a myth that only the rich save because you have plenty, you could save. But this is the first time I'm hearing that actually you can save 1 Rand, 10 Rand. It is something towards the end of the year that you can walk towards.
Yeah, definitely. 999,999 Rand is 1 Rand short of a million. So you need that 1 Rand. Yeah. So you need to realize that respect the brown coins, respect the silver coins. Most of us are throwing 5 Rand coins, 2 Rand coins to guys who are helping you to park your car, which knows how to park itself most of the time. And you're not counting that money, but that could easily add up to 100, 200 Rand a month. So let's say start small, and it all starts with you having the commitment to save, and then obviously there is some discipline in that you now need to budget and really start tracking where your money is going. But the reality is people can save. The problem we have is that the young people are embracing the credit culture.
Right.
And the credit culture is the thing that's stopping people from saving. The household debt to income ratio. So it's not that I can't save, it's because I got too much debt to save.
Absolutely.
So half the time you need to first teach people how to get out of debt, and then they will be in a position to really start learning to save. However, as you get out of debt, you can still save 10 Rand, 20 Rand, 50 Rand a week. It's possible.
But Gerald, also, how do you compete with the messaging that young people, because the South African Saving Institute is targeting young people to save, right? And I'm seeing a messaging that says you only live once. This is the money you've worked for. You're going to leave all these things behind. Enjoy them. This is your life. How are you competing with those messages?
Well, it's tough. I mean, it's Durban July weekend.
Yeah.
Social media buzz, pictures of people taking themselves in front of nice cars, nice food. Half the time it's not theirs. That's the whole thing about social media. It's the biggest deception for the young people and the youth, in that they think that everything is instant and it happens. And unfortunately, it comes from the entertainers and that industry where they're marketing their brands. So they have to look a certain way. However, the reality is that people need to actually realize that these people in this gig economy work hard because they know that their period of earning is actually very short compared to someone who's employed. So people who are employed try and maintain that similar type of lifestyle, and it doesn't come together. But the reality is social media is just, it's almost pretense. It's not the real deal. And for young people, if you're watching social media, don't go for that pop bottles lifestyle. You set your own individual goals and you decide where you want to be. And that's where we say, find that crazy way to save, find that second hustle, but it is possible.
All right.